Hi guys. So today we are doing a SEO audit case study on a company named 360 Dog Walker that's located in San Francisco, California. As you already can kind of see, she's a dog walker, and we're gonna help her figure out the things that she needs and kind of score her value of the site right now with SEO. We're going to go off of all of the services that we provide via Vibe SEO. So we're going to kind of go off of a scale of all of the services, rate them out of 5 to see where she's at with it, and then give her an overall score. And hopefully you guys, when you watch this, if I'm missing anything or you would rate it differently, you can add that in the comments. But let's get started. So first, this is the score sheet. So out of 75 is what we're scoring off of. We're going to start with content, and we'll start specifically with service pages. So service pages are these things up here: dog walking, puppy daycare, dog training, etc. So we'll start with dog walking here. And this is an audit just based off of site. So I'm not using any type of Hrefs or SEMrush to do an official audit. This is just based off of what I'm seeing. Very quick audit that you can kind of run and let a potential client know where they're at. So coming into the service page here, I can already tell off bat that the title tag and meta description need to be updated. Right now, it's kind of a weird, title. They just need to optimize that and get rid of that. I can assume if the title tag is messed up, then the meta description is messed up as well. But I do have my Href toolbar here to kind of show us that, title is percentage title 1. And then it says the VIP dog walking company. And even then, that's something that we could update as well. It does look like the description is decent. And it also looks like the structure here is pretty decent. The H1 looks good, and so forth. So definitely fixing that title tag will be a huge win for her off bat. And that's something I'm seeing across the board with all of her service pages. They all have that weird title tag. So that's something we would fix immediately. And then possibly just add, the content is pretty good. Maybe we'll get to what else we would add in here, but I think off bat, the content is looking pretty good. The structure is looking pretty good, other than that title tag looking kind of wonky there. Next, so what I would give her for service pages is that title tag being messed up is kind of rough. So I'm going to give her 2 out of 5 on that. Okay. Next up, we have blogs. All right, getting into her blogs. There's a blog here, which is awesome that she does have blogs here. I don't know when she posted this blog last. That will be a determining factor for me to see if, to see what I would rate it. Because I don't know when this was, it's kind of hard. I'm going to say, based off of what the blog looks like, I see some internal links here, which is great. There's some pictures here. I would kind of probably link some neighborhoods here if I had location pages. So I'm going to give this the blogs, I'm going to give us, we'll give her a 3 out of 5 just because we don't know when that was posted. It could have been posted in 2024, which would definitely tank this. So we'll give it 3 out of 5. Next, FAQs. I haven't seen any FAQs on these pages. Let's look at puppy daycare on the service page to see if we're seeing any FAQs. So no, I haven't seen any. So we're going to give that 0 out of 5. FAQs are very important, especially moving into AI and things like that. So that's fairly important. Next, we're going to go to local SEO. And with that, we're going to be taking a look at her Google business profile. All right, going on to GBP. Let's see. So looking at it, there are a few photos on here which I love to see. It does look like she posted maybe like 2 weeks ago, which is great to see as well. That's usually the first thing I tell people, like, hey, you haven't posted since 1996. It's time to get some updates. But this was posted March 2026, which is such the cutest little pup. So that's good. I like the title, 360 Dog Walker San Francisco. I think that works. If she does want to kind of span out to other areas, maybe having San Francisco up there isn't the best. It's not really helping her rank necessarily, so maybe that's something I would suggest. Off bat, she has a 5.0 rating, which is amazing, but she only has 6 reviews. I can guarantee you her competitors, the ones that are like kind of up in the rankings, have a lot more reviews. So that's something off bat I would suggest to her. But keeping that 5.0 rating is really good as well. Looks like everything is filled out here. Identify as women owned. I think that's really cool. Looks like she has a GBP post here that happened on March 2nd. So that's great. Keeping that consistent is going to work as well. Like I said, the reviews are great. Yeah. And something else I saw like on the other end here is that she has a good description. It's a little lengthy, but I mean, I might throw some keywords in there if there isn't, but it's still looking really good. She has her social medias attached as well, and she has service areas, or at least I thought she had service areas listed. If not, I would suggest that as well. But overall, for her Google business profile, I would give her a solid um, 4 out of 5 because I feel like if she gets the reviews, things like that, it's looking really good. I'm impressed truly. While we're here, when we're talking reviews, we kind of just talked about that 6 reviews at a 5.0. 6 reviews is pretty weak. So I would say I would give that a 2 out of 5. Reviews definitely need to get up for her to even be a competitor on Google Business. The next one that I was going to do is maps, mainly like Apple Maps and things like that. So I'll look that up here. You guys probably gonna not be able to see this part, but I'll do it quickly. Dog walking or dog walker in San Francisco. I'm gonna look up on Apple Maps. See if she pops up. She does not even in the top 20. She is not popping up at all. I'm unsure if she even has an Apple. Let's look that up. 360 Dog Walker. She does have an Apple account, but that's something we will work on because people talk about Google all the time, but Apple, Bing, and Yelp are very important as well. Let's check out Yelp, shall we? Because I love Yelp. Just disregard that. Okay, let's look up. Oh, looks like I already kind of looked it up. Dog walking services. Let's change the location to San Francisco and see if she pops up here. We're going to skip the sponsored results. Let's see. So far, we aren't seeing her. So again, that's something we will work on is, getting her listed on Yelp if she isn't, and then optimizing that, getting some reviews there as well, because Yelp is a huge driver as well. So for other maps, I'm gonna score her a solid 1 out of 5 because there's a lot of work to be done there as well. All right, moving into social media next. Alrighty, moving into social media next. Some things I look for is, one, is her social media listed where I can find her. On her Google business, it is there, which is great. On her website, it is there, which is great as well. So one thing I see is that she only has YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, which is a good start. I would add in TikTok, LinkedIn possibly. I feel like I'm missing one that's important. Twitter, possibly, Pinterest. I would add as much as I could, but let's check out our Facebook, see how that's going. I feel like a lot of people looking for dog walkers are on Facebook. Last time she posted was November 25th, 2025, which isn't horrible, but definitely could use some improvements there. So I would suggest, of course, just getting some basic things done on the Instagram. It looks like the link doesn't even lead to an Instagram page. So that's also something I would definitely check out and look into. Here it is. It's linked better on her Instagram. I mean, on her website. So again, last time she posted looks like around, I don't even know, November 1st. So again, I would update it, very simple post, schedule them out, super easy. I would get that in kind of to go in line with her Google business posts. So for social media, I'm also going to give her since it was November, it's March now, I would give her a 2 out of 5 for social media. For social media posts. All right, moving into short form content, just looking at her social media, I can tell she doesn't do any of that. There are some cute videos, which is awesome, but overall, I can see she's not dumping much into content. So I would give her a 0 out of 5 on that. A lot of people have that. Content is new to everybody. And then community engagement, just looking at the post that she has, people are commenting, she isn't commenting back. Yeah, I would say a little bit more of that. And when I talk about community engagement, I also mean like things like Reddit or YouTube, things like that. By the way, she has a YouTube. Let's check that out as well. Yeah, no videos here. So again, content is lacking in general. Community engagement is lacking as well. So I would give that a 0 out of 5. Going into link building, when we look at citations, the way we could kind of look at that just off bat is just looking up her name, 360 Dog Walker, seeing what pops up on Google. You can see that she definitely has a Facebook. Looks like MapQuest has her on there. See what else. That might be about it. So again, let's see if she has a Bing. But it's looking like citations need a little bit of help, need a little bit of boost. 360 Dog Walker. And we're not looking to see if she pops up on Bing. We're looking to see if she has like a Bing profile. And she does. So that's good. That's good to see. That will bump her citation score up for me, maybe to a 3 out of 5, just because I can't see the whole. I'm gonna give her a 2 out of 5 just because we didn't see much pop up when we Googled it. Next would be like domain rating, which is just like her link building, things like that. I might not be able to see that here. No, I'm not able to see that currently. So we're not even gonna score her on that because we're unsure of what her link building really looks like, what her domain rating would be right now. So moving into interlinking, I didn't see too much. I did see, some hyperlinks within the content, but that's something early on. Like I would say with content, I would add in a lot more interlinking. Whether I am putting like related blogs or listing services and linking them here, I would say she definitely needs help with that. Look at one more page. Yeah, so I would give her probably a 1 for interlinking. All right, moving on to the last but not least. Category is website design, website build. You can already tell just by going on her website that she has a good foundation of a website. I absolutely love her logo. I wouldn't change a thing about her logo. I have it blown up here, not really blown up, but I think it's very professional and cute. Going into her website, we talked about content, some things that I would fix on there. Let's see. I know if we put this into a site speed test, which is fairly important, especially on mobile. Let's just run that extra quick. This is something that gets kind of under the fold when people are doing audits. but I know a lot of times when graphics like this are like moving, it can slow down a site. And it's fairly unnecessarily. It's actually kind of distracting if you ask me. So I would get rid of that. What else? While that's loading, um, I love this form. I think it's pretty straightforward. Um, I may play around with the fields here. What message isn't really necessary. Maybe I would put something like what service you're looking for, a drop down bar. That way people don't have to type out as much. Things like that. Let's see. We already talked about like adding FAQs. I would definitely do that. I would add in some reviews. I think she has those in certain places, but I would add in something like Trust Index or something like that, where it's like actual reviews scrolling. She only has 6 reviews currently, but as we get more, I would like kind of fix this. Let's look at that page. So yeah, page speed insights. It's looking pretty wonky at 52 for mobile and 54 for desktop. So this is something that I would definitely work on the technical side, whether that's photos loading slowly or those graphics that we were talking about earlier. I will work on that. I think that the site in itself is just a tiny bit outdated. It's not something that I would really focus on right off bat, but it definitely could use like a 2026 upgrade, down the line. I like that her colors are all matching. It's not no crazy colors going on and things like that. So overall, for let's look at our scoring right here. Overall, for website build in general, and I would know more if I was on the back end and how to work with it. But overall, for website build, I would give her a good 4 out of 5. I think the site looks pretty good. For technical fixes, of course, we're already seeing that the page speed is kind of wonky. We aren't able to do a full SEO technical audit right now. So off bat, what I'm seeing, I would probably give her a 3 out of 5 for that. We haven't seen any 404s or anything like that. And then schema, just to save time, we aren't going to look at that directly right now. But that is something that I would score on as well. So that brings us to kind of like be able to kind of tally these all the way up. We did get rid of 2 categories. So we're going to bump this to 65 and we're going to add all of this up to see what we got here. All right. I'm going to use my phone calculator just to keep it on the screen and not confuse you guys. So we got 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 4 plus 3. Yikes. Sorry, not yikes, but we got a 24 out of 65. And I'm gonna count that again before after this video's wrapped up. But 24 out of 65 gives us about a 36% score here, which you guys all know would probably be an F in elementary school, but that's okay because she's working with us now, and this is something that can hold us accountable, and for her to see kind of some progress moving forward. Let me know if you guys would have rated it the same in any of these categories. This is where we're sitting at right now, just based off of eyesight. So don't cheat and use Ahrefs or SEMrush to get an audit. Use this based off of your SEO knowledge. Let me know if you guys agree with the score. And I look forward to helping 360 Dog Walker, become dominant in their market. All right.